Welcome to the Football Friends podcast. My name is Gage, and I'm joined here today by Paddy.
Who are you again?
Yeah, it's been a while,
Who?
hasn't it? I've almost forgotten myself.
Age?
Yeah, something like that. It's a made up name anyway, so.
Yeah, well, Stephen King made it up, so he's been all right. He's been made up.
True, true.
It's good to be back in the room, back in the habit.
Yes, it has been, I feel like it's been a wild couple of months for the both of us, and finally have some time again, so yeah, good to be back.
So let's start with something that's pissed us both right off.
Oh yeah, Spurs winning a game. How horrible.
Well, yeah, that even if it was it was a legit like 15-0 stomping or something like that. Oh, this is outrageous!
Yeah, yeah.
Overturn it.
So, well, okay, I wanted to start by asking you, maybe it's just because we're deep in it, you know. Do you think that the reffing this year has been particularly bad compared to previous years, or is it just, we're in it, so it seems like the worst?
Feel like that's probably recency bias if we're
Hmm.
honest with ourselves. Uh, but it hasn't. I feel like there's still blunders nearly, if not every, then every other week. And this game had probably about three.
Yeah, this
Like,
this
oh,
game had five, six, seven horrible calls. To be honest, it was
yeah,
just atrocious, and the the use of VAR has not improved at all. It's still shocking how poorly it's used. I don't.
yeah. That it's a shame, isn't it? Because it's a great system. It actually is. Like the idea of stopping quickly a football game to get the right call so that someone isn't fucked. Um, but it's also people running it, and people are the same people who are the referees on the pitch.
Hmm.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, yeah. So to start off, like, I mean, obviously one of the most shocking calls was this handball from, oh, what's his name? I've already forgotten. Matoma.
Matoma, yeah, you got it right.
Yeah. So that first
What
one
a
was.
ball,
Oh,
baller, by the way. This guy's amazing, and it seems like he's a. I mean, I know we like football, but for me, it seems like he's appeared since we've stopped doing the podcast.
hmm, yeah,
Gone
yeah,
up out of the ground somewhere on the south coast, and they're like, "We'll have him."
yeah. So Brighton have just been incredible for the amount of players that they've sort of developed in the last while, and this is they sold they sold a lot of play. Like they sold two of their best players this season. Two is at least two. It's Kukurea,
Oh, yeah,
Basuma,
and our
Trossard,
pay.
and
Yeah, dude.
is I think there's another one too. But yeah. Well, either way, they sold like their best players, and then they've been better, like even better somehow.
Somehow improved after selling all their best guys. Yeah,
So yeah, incredible team, and this is another player that has come through the ranks and just looks great. And yeah, that should have been a sick goal because he chests it and then just like volleys it straight in. It's an
he
amazing goal.
volleys it.
And like it just, yeah, it should have been a goal all day. I can't believe they ruled that off. The ref looked at that for so long and then decided to overturn. I can't believe it. It was ridiculous. And that even
Some other
includes him being shoved in the back as well.
Well, yeah. If you're shoved into like, have what happens to you is and handball it. Like, well, I only handballed it because he pushed me. I
Mm,
scored a goal, and even the handball that wasn't a handball wasn't a handball. Like that should be taken into account. If it hits your sort of that bit inside your shoulder, like no, it's between
armpit.
your shoulder and your pec.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
kind of
armpit,
where it hit. Yeah,
armpity.
it's like front pit.
Yeah,
If it hits you on the front of the armpit, it's not handball.
Yeah, I know.
He's
It's
done
just
absolutely everything he can to try and chest the ball in a normal way, so it goes exactly where he wants as well. Chest.
hmm.
And he volleys it in the bottom corner.
Yeah, man. It was a sick goal. It was absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I can't believe they overturned that one. It was so stupid. And then there was several other smaller ones, like there was lots of fouls in there that were just not called, that were ridiculous. Like Højbjerg is like just a savage, just fucking people up
Yeah,
and all that shit.
he.
And he probably deserved a few cards in there somewhere. And then there, yeah, and so what was next? Yeah, because it was like he like stomps on Welbeck, and then that's what leads to Son's goal, which, by the way,
Yeah.
unbelievably spectacular
Ripper.
goal for his 100th goal in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Very tasty goal, but like, yeah, maybe probably should have been called there. It was, yeah, because it was like he like stood on him like after that. It was a late tackle, he stood on. It was kind of, it should have really been a foul. It probably would have stopped play, but nah, ignored that one. And then later
McTomin
on,
was fouled by Højbjerg.
yeah, like it's so ridiculous. He like literally stands on his foot and he goes over and it gives nothing. Højbjerg doesn't even touch the ball. I can't believe that one. That was so absurd. That totally should have been a penalty.
There was one Brighton, I think that one, another Brighton shout for a penalty as well, which fair enough might not have been. Not even checked.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the handball one? Oh no, yeah,
Maybe. No,
yeah.
there
Well,
was a trippy one.
oh okay.
That it might not have been. Fair
See,
enough.
there
Like,
was just so many that I can't even keep up.
like if I was a Brighton fan with a proclivity to conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
you know what? Don't think that my hypothetical mates in that situation would be calling me out about it because that's a right in the arse.
Hmm. So you kind of cut off there a little bit. I missed that. What do you say?
If I was a Brighton fan and I thought about conspiracy theories a lot, I don't think the people around me would be, calling me a fool.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that
totally.
was there was a lot against Brighton in that
Hmm.
game, and um, but from the
Yeah,
kind of thing that I like. Oh, he's from North London, you say? Funny that.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, you're right because there's all those like little kicks and fouls. Højbjerg getting away with tons of shit, and the other players too, like Longley and so on, and because the handball I think was Højbjerg as well, and that was pretty bad. That should have been a penalty. It was way away from his body. Maybe you could say he didn't have enough time to react, but that's been given a lot this season, so I don't
The
know.
McAllister one.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, like there's been. Oh no, sorry. This was a. No, this was a. No, there was a penalty shout in the first half,
Oh
and I
yeah.
think
Okay.
Højbjerg
Yeah.
handballed it. It was really bad. But then, yeah, that one there was even more insane. Like, I think maybe you can't give the Welbeck one because Welbeck
Yeah.
shoots and
That's
it deflects
that,
off of McAllister, but it
I
hits
know
his
what I'm
hand.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like part of me wants to just say, well, you got yeah, you got bamboozled because that basically it happens every week. There's a shitty deflected goal that hit his arm.
yeah. Well, I think like he literally did everything he could to not handball it. His hands were like
Yeah,
literally inside his own chest, and he
yeah,
could. But I think the letter of the law is that a hand cannot be involved in a goal, no matter how much of not a
lucky.
handball it is. You know.
Yeah,
So I feel like that I kind of get that one. It is just pretty. Yeah, I understand why after that the managers had like a wee fight.
That was amazing. 2 managers got sent off. The Spurs manager, nothing wrong at all.
Yeah. He
He
just
still even
argued back. It's like it's so
stood
ridiculous.
there. He was just like, you know, it's not a goal,
I
and then
mean,
got sent off.
he's only been in the job for like a day. he's
15 minutes.
he already got a red card.
Based.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So then, yeah, the 2 red cards, and then was there one more? Oh, and then there's the shirt pull, Longley's shirt pull.
On Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, which was
Like,
ridiculous, man. It was
Lewis
so
Dunk
obvious.
is about 70 feet tall.
Hell
So,
yeah.
you know, if you're shirt pulling Lewis Dunk and he's gone over, you've done him.
So
Like,
Lewis Dunk has like the most least inappropriate, the least appropriate name for a football player ever. When he's like 6'5", he should play basketball 100%.
you should play maybe I don't imagine Great Britain is the greatest shakes at basketball, but we can probably utilize him in some way.
I wouldn't say he's not exactly built for it either. He is huge, but he's not. He's a bit broader than that, I think.
Maybe England's football team could do with him. I think he's
Yeah, he's in with a shout, I think.
and while we're talking about Solly March,
Mhm.
like, no, he's not going to be. He's just not like Southgate's not going to name him. He should be in with a chance as well. He's been one of the best English players in the league. Not so long ago, his name's Solly March. I played a game on March 15th, and he scored in the 15th minute.
That's so good. I love that.
Stat ever. I doubt that's ever been done before.
Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, probably not. That's like
there's a fella called Johnny December or something.
yeah. There's not many. Maybe there's like a John August or something.
David May.
Oh yeah.
May he was a player.
It makes me think of the one. It's like, Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a goal next to a river named Trent.
And Trent. There's a bloke called Alexander and a bloke called Arnold in the crowd, and they had they kissed on the minute that he scored, and then his house blew up.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time this happened was 2001.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't say I've been watching too many Brighton games, but Solly March is a solid player, man, and yeah, totally. Brighton is 7th. That's insane. Like they're such a good team for real. Like,
yep.
And yeah, but
a good club, and then of course Harry Kane scored a goal.
Also a very nice goal.
It almost felt like God was against Brighton on that day, because like their deflection, the deflection on Harry Kane's goal just made it even harder to say it. Like it just went in.
Yeah, that's very true. That would have been really difficult.
Brighton had the post. Lloris was making mad saves. I know you. That's football. That's life. But when I say that God's against you, I don't necessarily mean like something tangible, something real.
Yeah. So God and the ref were against Brighton on that day.
Yes, that's definitely true. All right, shall we move along?
Yes. Okay. So
you got more.
Okay. We can. We will run down the table, I guess. But I suppose while we're on the topic of refs, what do you think about the Robertson getting elbowed by the assistant ref situation?
Honestly, didn't really seem like much. It just sort of seemed like Robertson was in that thing where players try and get a bit of an advantage by crowding Paris, and then the ref sort of gave him a little shove, more shovey than maybe it was too shovey. The referee should not behave. Been suspended? Like, is that too much? Just make
Yeah,
them meet like these. So same with I mean, if I was the referee in question, bear with me here. If I was the referee in question, be totally fucking scared. The case of like Mitrovic and that referee he pushed, they should just meet, have a coffee together, and chill out. And if they leave and they're still all good, then no one gets a ban.
yeah. I think the Mitrovic one was a bit more intense.
That was amazing.
He was like swearing in the ref's face and and then shoved him a couple of times, and he got like what was it, 8-match
Did he
ban?
get a 7-game ban?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is. I know we're jumping ahead. Insane.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to act like that. I mean, maybe it is. It is doing a little shove, a little swear in a referee's face, worse than Patrice ever a dirty word. Because that was also an 8-game ban.
That's right. Yeah. So, tough, tough one. Because, yeah, I suppose they're both very unsportsmanlike, I suppose, and
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a gentleman's game,
yeah,
according to someone. I don't know who, but
yeah. Who came up with that? He was talking about cricket. It's like, what, football? It's like, nah. Oh, I only know football.
Yeah. So,
Were you gonna talk about?
oh, sorry, Robertson. I just going to the end of Robertson was I
Oh
think
yeah,
that
Robbo.
I think that more he was yelling in the ref's face, and I think he touched him, and then the ref tries to kind of brush it off, but then accidentally elbows him in the face. And if he had have just stopped right then and said, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to do that," I think it would have been fine. But since he was trying to not back down or anything like that, he just carried on, and it made it look really a lot worse than it was. So I don't really think there was much in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just remembered too.
I thought.
No, go ahead.
God, no, you.
No, I don't have anything. Go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah. I said it seems really cold. Like if you accidentally elbow it, like if you accidentally touch anyone in any way in public life, even if it was a fingernail, you go, oh mate.
Well, that's what we do because we're in New Zealand, right? That's like we're like Canadians. It's like, oh, sorry there. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, what was the nationality of the linesman? The
Um.
Canadian. If he's
Actually, what was it? There was like I look up an article just like his name's Constantine Hedzidakis.
He's Greek. He is a Greek man.
He might be. It does give his history. He made his debut in the Football League. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe he is Greek or something, but his whole career's been in England, I think. But I'm not sure. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Either way.
If we're going to stereotype, Canadians are at this end of the spectrum. Greeks may not be.
Well, what spectrum are we talking about?
But the niceness one, the one where people are too nice. They say sorry for things where they nothing really happened.
Yeah. Okay. Just there was one other thing I just remembered then. Have you seen that? I keep seeing videos of it. Have you seen that?
Do it.
Have you seen? There's a red card that's given to Marcelo, who plays for, I want to say, Leon. Have you seen this red card? Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Centre back, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is he gets given a yellow card, and like at the exact moment he sort of turns away like whatever, and he like throws his hand up like whatever. The ref goes to put the card back into his pocket, and at that exact moment, his hand flicks the yellow card out of the ref's hand,
Oh, you give him a second yellow.
and he gives him a second yellow.
Oh, come on.
And
Nah,
he totally doesn't mean it. It's so funny. I don't know,
that's so bad. Thing is, it's exactly where something like, you know, in cricket and in rugby league now, they've got a captain's challenge.
oh, do they? Yeah, they should. You seen it?
No, come on, he apologizes immediately. It's a complete accident.
Yeah, I know.
He's not even looking.
It's so funny. It's so good.
It's a foul. Okay, fine. Not even looking at you at that point.
I know. It's so good. It's so it's so good.
That's like the definition of a referee just going, actually, this is my job. You've touched the refereeing equipment. You must be sent from the field.
I know, it's so that's
so of it's done.
That's possibly the funniest red card ever.
I reckon the funniest one is to be fair, it doesn't end with one, but it's Ronaldinho, and the referee goes to book him, and he pulls out the red card by mistake, and Ronaldinho's like, "What? Like, holy shit!" And the ref's like looks up at his own. Oh, whoops.
He's like, "Oh, sorry, sorry, I meant to yell."
No. Just yell.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so anyway, let's move on. Let's move to the table. It has been a while since we last checked in, but the table hasn't changed an incredible amount, I don't think. So Arsenal still top of the table. They had a little blip, maybe a month or so ago, but they sort of steadied the ship immediately and are now pulling ahead. 8 games to go and 6 points clear.
That's 6 points when you say that City have played a game less. Arsenal still need to play against City. Not sure where. That 6 points doesn't look like so many when that is the case.
That is a good point. They do still have to have another game, but I think Arsenal won the last one, right? They won the other league.
I thought they lost 3-1.
Oh my god. Okay, I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure they beat Man City in the league, but they lost to Man City in the cup.
Oh, they played them in the cup? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's right. So, but they still have one more to play because that match was supposed to happen when the Queen died, and it was like delayed.
Fucking Queen, innit?
Yeah. So there's still another match to go, and but yeah, I don't know. Like they're both on really good form at the moment. Arsenal are just they look infallible at this point. I think like you've got players like Granit Xhaka like being
renewed.
Elite. Yeah. Oh my god.
So they play each other at the Etihad in 3 weeks.
Right. No, okay.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay, that's not too far away. So yeah, that's going to be a big game.
Huge game. Even if City don't take all 3 points, things
they have to. Yeah, I mean, well, that's probably it. Like if Arsenal go 9 points clear, then that's over. Really, there's not enough games.
If Arsenal win, it's over. Actually, at that point, because that will be 33 and 32 played respectively.
Yeah.
So 9-point gap.
Yeah, we're over 6 games. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Like it's
like it's Man City.
If anyone can do it, it's them. But like
it's them because
even then, I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, before we mentioned Sonny's 100th goal,
Mm.
about Kevin De Bruyne racking up 100 assists.
Oh, has he? Oh, yeah, that's right too. He's hit the
Quicker
elite
than
club.
quicker than anybody.
Yeah, makes sense, man. He's an insane
When
player.
when
He's so
when
good.
he's done, will he be considered the best ever Premier League?
Um, that's that's tough, man. Like, there's a lot. There's a
Like,
lot of good
how
Premier League
about
midfielders.
there's a lot of players. How about for you? Will he have been the best player, midfield player in the Premier League that you've seen?
Um, Probably yes. Um, Either like, oh, actually, yeah, in the Premier League, I want to say yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in the world at the time, we're talking. There's been a few like like Mesut Ozil in his day, but like
Oh,
there's
dude. What still is someone who totally encapsulates the idea of a star burning twice as bright for half as long.
mm, mm.
His peak was quick. Okay, that may be harsh. His peak was not as long as many. It was beautiful.
Or maybe someone like Fabregas.
Yeah, I think. Uh, dude,
De Bruyne probably slightly edges it.
De Bruyne is better than Fabregas and Mesut
Mm,
Ozil.
yeah, yeah.
Like I know De Bruyne did as
Amazing.
well, but like his a lot of the both of those guys played elsewhere, and their best stuff was not necessarily Premier League player.
Mm, mm.
Fabregas, maybe you'd argue, but like De Bruyne certainly.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Definitely up there. So
And then there's the gigantic Nordic robot scores head kicks at the fucking drop of a hat.
mm.
Do
So
you think it looks? I
sorry.
think it looks weird when a big man does an overhead kick.
Um, yeah,
Even
he's pretty
like
big.
it was quite graceful. Yeah,
Mm,
he's a big lad, 60 or something.
mm. Yeah, he's huge. He's a big guy. Yeah, I mean, he had a bit of a blip too, to be honest. He wasn't scoring for a little while, but then he
Didn't
just
score for 2 games.
makes up for it. Like, well, he wasn't.
Yeah,
Again,
just
he's set such a high standard that like scoring one goal a game is like bad now. So,
yeah, yeah.
um, but
He's already got 30 Premier League goals. He'll break the Premier League record this season.
so
He
insane.
dies.
Yeah, so insane. I know it's so ridiculous. Yeah, what a player. I mean, yeah, just there's nothing else to
Interrupted.
say. He's just so good.
I've interrupted you enough now. What was your next?
Well, I just wanted to
Goal?
say that the game that Arsenal have played this week was against Liverpool, and
Yeah,
so that was. I mean, to be honest, I feel like Liverpool could have won that game, man. Like it was,
I feel like we should have won.
yeah, because
Certainly.
I mean, Salah
Look,
missed that
look,
penalty, right? And didn't he? He's
we had
missed
another missed. He's missed two in a row now.
two in a row. That's crazy. I know.
The
That's
other one was against. The one was against Bournemouth, who were fucking bouncing.
yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's like, hmm. Strange times, but
This is my favorite part of the season.
yeah, like it's all thrills and spills at this point, and yeah, it's obviously not. I mean, we'll get onto Liverpool itself soon, but like that match, like that could have been a chance for Arsenal to drop points, but they seem to have. I might have said it before, like you've got to have, you got to have the players, you got to have the coach, but you also got to have a tiny little bit of luck, and I
Yep,
think like
absolutely.
they've got it, like they have that. They're able to make their own luck, and they're like making full use of it too. So it's
Season, yeah, over the season, whatever happened to Brighton on the weekend has to happen to you.
yeah.
To win the title.
Yeah, when you start getting things like that in your favor, that's usually a good sign that you're on track to win it. And
Script has me winning.
yeah, so that being said, I think Liverpool still did really well to claw back the point because everyone talks about that like Granit Xhaka like had a dust up with Trent, and that caused like the Liverpool crowd to like awaken, and like that sort of
Yeah,
shifted the
yeah.
tide of the game.
Like,
So
oh, we can yell at someone. Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, I think that it's. I mean, that's probably 2 points that Arsenal probably wanted as well. Like, obviously, because that would have made a huge difference for Man City as well. So, but yeah,
Oh yeah. Well,
and
seven is always a no. It's a psychological thing because it's actually more than 2 wins.
yeah,
If you're Man City, you see 2 wins, especially if one of those comes against Arsenal. You go, well, look at our goal. If we tump them, then
mm-hmm. Sorry. Oh, did I lose you?
catch that
No,
a
sorry,
little bit.
you cut off a little bit.
I was saying that 7 points, like it's a psychological thing. It's
Yeah,
more than 2 wins.
yeah. That would have been important. But we
Fuck you.
yeah. So anyway, we should probably move on.
Yeah.
Next in the list we have Eddie Howe's Newcastle with
Castle.
56 points. Fuck, that's insane. So man, I can't. Dude, Newcastle have been incredible. Honestly, like what a team. Like they're actually gonna. They may end up with Champions League football. I think that the top four will stay as it is.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe Man U. Maybe we'll take third. But I think this is the top. These four teams will be in the top four.
Newcastle, man. That fella Isaac is doing the right things at the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting criticised for sort of not so much criticised, but he was. I've seen him described not a huge prolific, but he's going at under 1 and 2.
Mm.
He's doing really well.
Well, he's adapting. He's adapting to a new league. I mean, it's oh shit. It's the same thing with like Anthony. Everyone's forgetting that like these players like first season in like the toughest league in the world, and like most players do struggle the first season. Like they usually play like absolute shit, and then figure it out.
Oh,
Like
he's
after
that. He's 9 and he can't speak the language.
yeah,
Half
yeah,
the world away,
mm,
and he doesn't know.
yeah. So, but I mean, obviously, it's not just been him either. Like, a lot of their players have been doing really well. So, Callum Wilson has been stunning. Uh,
Crips.
Gamirez has been fantastic, just running that midfield. Even Joel Linton is like a player transformed, and all their defenders are good. Trippier, solid leader on the
Nick
pitch.
Pope.
Yeah, man, Nick Pope as well, incredible. Probably the most. Oh, actually, it's really tough to say who would be the choice for England now. It's probably got to be Ramsdale, but
It's still gonna be Pickford.
which is so insane. Oh, that's so ridiculous. I can't believe that.
I think he's good. And I think he plays well for England. Honestly, I'd like to
Fuck.
more.
Yeah. So, just Newcastle, incredible.
Even saved a penalty in that game.
Yeah, true. So yeah, look, honestly, I'm worried because obviously Man U's fourth, and it's we're 20 goal difference behind, which is shocking. And we did lose to Newcastle recently. It was Newcastle were at home, so I mean that's you don't always win these away games, but like it was points that we really needed to shore up third place, but yeah, it's gonna be it's still not clear cut.
Yeah. No.
And yeah, so who did Newcastle? Oh yeah, so Newcastle beat Brentford this week. That was their match. And then so Man U
scored a screamer. Isaac scored a screamer. Pope.
Yep. And then on to Man U itself. We played Everton, and I think that was a really solid win. We played really good in that game, and one of the most interesting things of this is, despite this being talked about for a long time, is that for the first time, Bruno Fernandes played number 8. So he was in the, he played deeper in the midfield. And that was possibly one of the best games he's had all season. It was actually incredible, like how good he was from deeper. And I think maybe we should swap Bruno and Eriksen when everyone's fit, because Bruno loves.
Eriksen should play further up.
Well, it just seems to make sense because Bruno loves a long pass, like a nice long pass to set up like a playmaker's pass kind of thing. Whereas Christian Eriksen is like way better at like 1-2s and things like that. It seems like Bruno benefits having so much space in front of him, whereas Eriksen, it doesn't really matter. He can play with further up, like the same level, you know?
I think they're quite similar. I think they both probably would relish playing 10 as well. Like both really versatile. They're both creative midfielders.
Yeah. And yeah, but that was standout performance from him. It was amazing. I think like he played a bit more simpler from further back. He wasn't trying to assist everything. He was actually doing a lot more of the basic stuff, and it was just nice seeing that. Like he took a few less risks, and it actually made him look like a much more rounded player, I think. So that was really cool. It was a nice experiment, I think, and that was a good win. I think we needed that for a bit of a boost. Still, we have game in hand, thankfully. Well, I mean, we've got 9 games left, so
depends on who you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't have a game in hand on Newcastle, which is probably who matters most, but we have a game in hand on Spurs, which is who's chasing us. Ideally, if we finish top 4, I think that's a big win, because new coach, team rebuild.
4th is par. But what you should be aiming for at the start of the season, and if you get it, you should also be stoked.
Well, it's the kind of thing is like at the start of the season, if you looked at the table, immediately you're thinking like, well, Liverpool and Man City, they're going to finish ahead of us, guaranteed, right? Like just the shape of their squad at the start of the season, what you thought. And then you see all the players that Chelsea was buying. Chelsea spending 700 mil on players this season. But we'll get onto that in a bit. Like 4th was kind of almost like I said, 4th would have been amazing. But now we look way more secure, and no one expected Arsenal or Newcastle to be as good as they are. So, actually, fucking, yeah.
I think I know what you're going to say next.
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
Well, we should say something about. I suppose we did cover Spurs, didn't we? Like, they.
Yeah, we shout on them enough. Fuck them.
Well, yeah. Of course, the big thing is just like Conte's gone, which was kind of weird. Like just out of nowhere, like he just like criticized the team and got fired. Like, okay.
Did a Ronaldo.
Just committed suicide, but I think that's a Conte move.
By Italianness.
Apparently Spurs is the only club he's ever managed that hasn't won a trophy. Same for Mourinho. Yeah. Brutal. But yeah, okay, so Villa. This is crazy. How the fuck are Villa in 6th?
I think since Emery took over Villa, they, I think, are either 1st or 2nd in the since Emery took over table.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, you can see they've only got a goal difference of 1. You can obviously guess. Yeah, they were so trash. They were like, and they were sort of, even looking back like a month ago, they were like mid-table, and you sort of thought like, that's where they're going to stay. Like they looked like didn't look like they were going to get relegated, and they didn't look like they were going to get 6. So to see them up here is absurd. That's so crazy. How did that happen? Just doing the dirty work.
They just kept winning.
Yeah, man. And look, Emery's a good coach, man. He's won like so many Europa Leagues.
So yeah, he'll probably win a Europa League with Villa.
Yeah. It could. Yeah, he might. He could actually do that. He could actually get Villa into the Europa League and then win it.
Right,
Like that's
make that a prediction. Up yours, everyone.
okay. Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, incredible. Honestly, yeah, I didn't expect that one. Villa to be this high up. That's nuts. It's not like they have. It's not like they have any. It's not like they spent any crazy amount of money or anything like that
Really?
too. So they're just yeah. And then yeah, next is Brighton, who we just talked about. They were hard done by this
Yeah,
week, but they've had an unbelievable season. I think Brighton is such a good team, especially after getting rid of Graham Potter and then like all of their best players, and still
yeah,
playing great.
yeah.
But yeah, we don't need to say much more about Brighton. So next, it's your boys, Liverpool. How you
Yeah,
feeling?
we've um just been on a if we're talking about a season overview, no, kind of sounding like I'm rubbing it in. Obviously, when you win 7-0 against your rivals, it's great. Then the next game, a 1-0 loss, Bournemouth, in which you miss a penalty and miss a bunch of good chances.
Mm.
The 7-0 rather than the 1-0 feels like the blip.
True, true. I didn't actually think about that.
That's
When
that's
yeah,
yeah, like a win at home. Like even if it was like 3-0,
mm.
and we've
Yeah.
got
Well, the joke going
two
around is
two
just like
seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, Liverpool would have played that Arsenal game, and we would have won through.
yeah. I think you've Klopp's never lost to Arsenal, right? Is that a correct record? I think
Nah, we. Well, I think we've lost to. We've must have lost to Arsenal. Maybe not at Anfield.
yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
We've
No, I thought no, I thought
sure
it.
we've lost it.
Yeah. Well, actually, 'cause Klopp's been there 7 years. Klopp is now the longest serving
Yeah,
manager in the Premier League. So
weird as well. Um, yeah. So
well, some are saying that
with
he should leave. Like it's kind of weird. Like I don't know what to
I
do. He's been there so long
I
that
hear it. Got
and
so much credit in the bank. Like, okay, so here. Remember that Dave Chappelle joke about Michael Jackson doing inappropriate things with children?
sure.
And at the end, he
Yeah.
goes, "But it's Michael Jackson."
Yeah.
Like
And he goes, no,
he had,
he goes like he did Thriller.
yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying is, Jurgen Klopp maybe having a bit of a stinker this season, or Liverpool maybe having a bit of a stinker, but
Mm.
Klopp did Thriller.
Yeah, totally. I really think so. I mean, you've won in his tenure. You know, you've won the league, you've won the Champions
Every
League,
trophy.
you've won. Yeah, so it's not like it's a bad era. So, um, but yeah, I mean, well, look, honestly, I think if he did want to move on now too, I feel like that's fine. I mean, he's been there 7 years. Like it's it's pretty good. That's longer than most manage. So, but yeah, like I think that you won't fire him because yeah, he's got too much credit in the bank. I think you've haven't spent particularly wisely over the last few seasons.
We have this season again. How long does he have?
I think if
Have
you
for the half season where we're crap.
yeah, I think they would give him. I think they would actually. It's only 9 games to go, right? So obviously they'll let him right out to the end of the season. I think if you guys got off to a really bad start next season, then he'd be gone. If they gave him a whole bunch of players and it still didn't work, then I think he'd be gone.
You respect Mane.
Well, did you see the thing today? Him and Mane and Sane had a fight.
It's because they're beefing over the name.
Yeah, yeah. So, I suppose we were going to talk about Champions League afterwards, but in their match where they beat Man City, Yeah, apparently Sane was extremely rude to Mane on the pitch or something, so Mane punched him in the face. Yeah, so that's kind of beef. So who knows? Maybe you get him back.
That's enough for Liverpool.
um,
Rated, doing bits, but we're also doing shits.
Need players too. I think you need more. Instead of spending big money on less players, you needed to spend less money on more players. You know, like bolster the squad a bit more rather than breaking the bank for
Maybe.
yeah. But either
Yeah,
way,
maybe.
moving on. Brentford, Thomas Frank, also killer manager. I
Man,
think. You know,
thriller.
we talked about this a while ago. Potential candidates to replace England manager after Southgate. Well, I would have said Graham Potter, but we'll get to that soon. But Thomas Frank, honestly.
I mean, I hear it, but I think we kind of no. I think the public and the selectors and whoever else it is want someone English.
Oh, is he not?
Frank, no, I think he's German.
Oh, is he really? Oh, I didn't even realize. True. Okay, sorry, my mistake. I don't know why I thought he was English. Well, actually, I know who it's going to be anyway. It's going to be Eddie Howe. Surely it's Eddie Howe. Like
at some point, Newcastle will just go. This we have only 3 out of 4 wins. Be doing a Saudi Arabia accent, by the way.
Well, Eddie Howe will get the Chelsea job, and then get fired within a year, and then then he'll coach England. That's my prediction.
Well, that's a terrible time. Newcastle, Chelsea, and England.
Well, look, look. We're talking about making money, right? You know, Potter's walked away with like 40 mil. So...
dude, talking about having credit in the bank.
Totally. But that's jumping ahead. Yeah. Anyway, Brentford have been great. Ivan Toney has been great. Actually, he's having probably his best season.
Penalty. Well.
Yeah. But he probably deserves a move. I think he might get snapped up in the next window. I think he could. Yep, score some goals. He's already a good player. Yeah, Brentford quality team, 9th. That's really solid. Fulham too, also been very good, but you know, obviously they've lost Mitrovic recently because of his.
He'll get a couple games at the end of the season, and that'll be that.
Yeah, and yeah, Fulham, good team. They've been decent.
I really want them to finish above Chelsea.
That would be so funny. That would be so funny. But yeah, that's
have rehired Frank Lampard.
Unbelievable. I thought that was a joke. I thought it was April Fool's. Like,
did it happen on April Fool's?
No, I don't think so. That would have been too good. But the fact that they did actually fire Potter in the end, like basically caving to the fans and stuff, which they probably had to sooner or later, and he walks away. You know, because Graham Potter signed a 7-year contract at Chelsea.
Yeah.
What?
I know that's their way
fuck?
That's their way of getting around FFP.
Oh, right. But now they have to pay him out 40 mil.
Well, they'll still have to just pay him. So you could go and manage his next team and say he gets, you know, he leaves them after 3 years.
Still getting paid by Chelsea?
Then he goes and manages another team.
That's so funny.
He's with them for 3 years as well. He's still getting paid by.
It's so crazy because he didn't even get like a did he even get a transfer window? Did he get?
He got January.
Oh yeah, January. Yeah, but like he basically came in after Tuchel was fired, who's now at Bayern, and who also ruined Bayern's unbeaten record in the Champions League this season. Immediately.
Well, I think that's unfair on him.
Yeah, it's Man City, I suppose. Well, I mean, they beat Barcelona, Inter, and PSG, like twice. Like they beat
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
All of them
City in that
twice.
game, City in that game were amazing.
Yeah, that is true. They did play incredible football in that game.
They could have won about 6-0.
But anyway, I want to shit on Chelsea a bit more. So just what a dog shit team. And did you see some of like Potter's last tactics? Like I feel like he wanted to get fired. There was a game they set up. It was three at the back, and two of them were fullbacks. So Kukurea was in. It was Kuku. Who was it? It was Kukurea, Reece James, and who was the other? And then there was another centre back in there. I can't remember. It might have been Thiago Silva, maybe.
Barney?
Oh, and Koulibaly, sorry. Yeah, that's right. So Koulibaly was the only centre back in that three, and you've got Kukurea, who's an attacking fullback, playing centre back with Chilwell ahead of him. So two left backs, and then Reece James in the back, and then
Back three.
yeah, and then Loftus Cheek was playing right wing back.
Yep. So those should have.
What the fuck?
Cheek should have played centre half.
Well, he had Berdashili on the bench, and also the other guy, the guy from Leicester.
Wesley for final.
Yeah, they were on the bench.
Fuck.
I know. What the fuck?
I don't want to give this team any more time. Fuck you.
Yeah. I think he was just trying to get fired, and then and then obviously there's like he fucked up hardcore with like Havertz and shit. Like still no one. I feel like at this point of Havertz's career, he needs to have like solidified a position, and Graham Potter played him in a different position like every single week, and I think that just completely fucked him. Like I still don't know where he plays.
Kai Havertz is a wizard, and he did a mind spell on Potter, and he's just gone, no, this week I'm a left wing. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just bizarre, like how you could screw this up so bad. They have so many players. They spent 700 mil. They spent 700 fucking mil on players. And and like Mudryk hasn't done anything. They have Lukaku out on loan, which is fucked.
Imagine if he came back to Chelsea, started playing, and was amazing.
That'd be weird. That's what happened. That's what happens in football. That's what happens in Football Manager.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, because it's like this is so unrealistic. He would leave.
Yeah. So but yeah, just that's so crazy, man. Like what a huge fuck up. And then even with Frank Lampard back, they lose like to Wolves straight away.
The crushing goal. That was an amazing goal as well. That was Mateus Nunes.
Oh yeah, I know. Like 39 points from 30 games is just shocking, man. That's
bad
for Chelsea. This is like it's still probably their worst season, even worse than the one where they finished about 10th in another season, didn't they? It was like with Mourinho
10th or 11th.
It was that season where Hazard scored like 2 goals in the whole season and was like complete trash. It was like
I think it was the season left.
Oh, was it Leicester City when Leicester City won the title? It probably was, yeah. Okay, so
Palace.
Yes. So again, I talked some shit about Palace because obviously they have a new coach too, Roy Hodgson.
You talked some shit about Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, and the thing was, my criticism is that Crystal Palace have been sort of pretty good defensively, and the problem was that they needed to score goals.
Right.
And they've gone on and done that. Not this week, but
here's the thing: Paddy V didn't know how to unleash Michael Elise.
Yes. Oh, actually, no, sorry, they did score. They scored 5 goals this week, so that's pretty insane.
They scored 5 goals. Elise, I think, was what was the stat? He's the youngest player 3 assists in a game. He's the first player to achieve 3 assists in a game in which all of them were from open play.
Is this sorry, who's this? Eze? Olise.
Yes.
Yes, right.
I think Eze scored a goal.
Yes. Well,
Dude, he's so good.
that was
They were both good.
the thing is that was Roy Hodgson's first move was basically he put Eze back in the team because Eze had dropped off and Vera hadn't included him in the team for a while, and the first thing he did was
He's
put him back in.
somehow Roy Hodgson's son.
Yeah, and also same he's got Jordan Ayew back as well. He scored 2 goals against Leeds as well.
He's a reliable striker.
Yeah.
Not brilliant, but he's a good player.
Well, it was weird. I think like maybe Vera was like trying to big brain everything because Olise was like I think Olise's playing back on the wing now because he's really quick, but he was playing striker for a while and he just wasn't a natural goal scorer, I guess. So yeah, I think somehow Hodgson has actually fixed it, and they are they're scoring 5 goals against Leeds. That's that's pretty good.
Righto. Should we burn through the bottom half of this table?
Yep. So Wolves, obviously, like, man, Wolves have just been sort of like, I don't know, nothing.
They're just sleepwalking.
Yeah.
It's Wolves.
Yeah.
Like, again, 1 point a game, not so many goals, not so many conceded. I mean, they've probably had a bit more of a capitulation, but
yeah,
there's so many on them that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're just coasting through. Yeah, and
Premier League safety. There's a lot to be said about Premier League safety.
Yeah, they beat Chelsea, so that's good. Good 3 points for them this week. Probably needed because obviously they would have been in 16th, so they've jumped up 3 places.
Shit.
Yeah, because it is very tight at the bottom of the table still. And
basically everything down from here is amongst it.
Yes, so it does seem to be widening now. It was so close for so long. So West Ham, honestly, West Ham have been fucking shit this season. They've played like absolute fucking trash considering how good they were last season, and nothing really changed.
This is one I was telling you when we were discussing Brighton before. West Ham scored their only goal. They beat Fulham 1-0, and their only goal came with a handball, a very clear handball in the build-up to the goal. So Fulham can feel aggrieved to have lost that game.
Yeah. Well, actually,
West Ham can be wiping their brow.
All 3 of these teams here, so Wolves, West Ham, and Bournemouth, they all won this week. They all got a much-needed 3 points. Because before that,
part of the season is my favourite.
They were, yeah. So before that, 2 of them were right in this relegation shit, and West Ham were like just 1 point out of it. So like it was, yeah, they were literally like down here. They were all in that relegation zone. So those 3 points probably made a huge difference for those 3 teams. And so yeah, Bournemouth as well.
Relegation fight is amazing. The top of the table fight is amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, I know it's like a very exciting season. It's always nice. That's why the Premier League's the best league. Like nothing's decided after like 30 games have been played and nothing's even decided yet. So, and so Bournemouth, yeah, also been decent. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot from Bournemouth. I probably would have thought they'd be relegated, but they seem to be clawing in, staying on. So, that's okay. Leeds, probably a little disappointing because they had a really good season last season too, but haven't exactly done much with it. I swear to God, if Everton don't get relegated, that's unbelievable. Like they probably should have got relegated last season and somehow clawed it out. And I guess that's why Chelsea are hiring Frank Lampard, because they know that he can prevent Chelsea from getting relegated. That's that's where they're thinking at the moment.
Yeah, I think Everton 5. I think Sean Dyche. I know he got Burnley relegated not last season, but I think it's got to be enough points in Everton's last 8 games for Dyche to find.
Yeah. I want to see who they're going to play. Who they got next? So they play Fulham, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Leicester, Brighton, Man City, Wolves, Bournemouth. Okay, so they are playing like 2 other teams that are fighting out of this relegation. The last 2 games. that is dangerous. Right after
getting thumped in their own patch.
Yeah. So that's That's going to be interesting. That's going to go right to the wire there.
They've got to play
That's
Leicester as well.
yeah, and yeah, Leicester too, who also had a shitty season. Um,
How are Leicester there? Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth,
dude,
I can excuse because like Southampton have been fucking atrocious.
yeah, well,
Leicester had a good manager, have had good players.
I know they fucked it. Yeah, they kept Brendan Rodgers on for far too long. I think like they really needed to cut him off earlier. There was, we did a video, we did a podcast on this. I'm pretty sure that he should have been sacked like fucking ages ago, and because he was just playing like shit.
3 seasons ago.
Yeah, yeah. They should have been proactive, man. They really should have. They fucked it up. They fucked it up big time. 25 points from 30 games is just absolutely shocking for a team like Leicester.
A team like Leicester City, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't want them to get relegated. I really would like them to claw that out, but like they're gonna have to fucking figure it out quick because they lost to Bournemouth. So
Great Escape Mark 2. Great Escape Mark 2.
yeah, and yeah, Nottingham Forest they get a pass because obviously they're newly promoted and they signed like 30 players. They're like football managering it, so
46 players.
yeah, so that's kind of I understand that one. And then Southampton, like it's probably about time they got relegated. I mean, they've just been fucking shit this season.
Been on for quite some time.
Just means James Ward-Prowse will be on the cheap, so you know.
Yeah, well, there'll be a few pickings.
That's if Leicester and Southampton get relegated, there's some fucking good players to to like take. Sure. So that'd be nice. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's pretty. Yeah, the bottom of the table's pretty sad. Not gonna lie.
It always is.
Okay. Right. So, are you in a rush to get out of here? Do you want to talk about Champions League really quick?
Let's do it quickly.
Okay. So, I have to bring it up. There's only been how many matches have there been so far? Not many.
I think 4 because we're in quarterfinals.
Yes.
I know if I've seen all of them.
Okay, just gotta fix this. Okay, so obviously the big one today was we had Real Madrid played. It was Chelsea, wasn't it? I can't remember. Yes.
Of course, Benzema scored.
No doubt. Oh god, the one football website absolutely sucks in showing you fixtures. Or results rather. Yes. So it was Real Madrid just fucking put Chelsea to the sword, no problem, as we would expect.
Yeah, it will be the most Chelsea thing to go to beat them in London 3-0.
That's true. That would that would be pretty funny. And the other one was Real Madrid and Chelsea and Milan and Napoli. So Milan.
That's a great matchup.
And so 2 Italian teams, obviously, and that's Napoli, who are top of the table, probably winning the league 100%.
They're going to win the league
for the first time in ages. Higuain shed a tear, and Milan actually manages to win this one. And I think part of it was because Osimhen was not. He's injured. He actually could not play this match, and I think the only teams that have beaten Napoli this season are Inter. So now Milan have as well, and not even in the league. So,
dude, Milan derby in the semi-finals, please.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's interesting that these are all the teams that are left, right? Like, so we've got one German team, 2 English teams, 1 Spanish team, 3 Italian teams, and then a Portuguese team. That's crazy. Obviously, no PSG. They absolutely suck shit at the Champions League. Yet again, even when they have Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. So shit. So funny.
I wouldn't mind seeing City win it, but I'd love to see. I'm going to be supporting Milan.
That'd be cool. Zlatan could.
I want Ibra to finally win it.
Hmm. Or even Napoli. Napoli could do a double. That would be insane. That would be a killer season
That
for.
would be immense. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But I want it to be Milan.
Could be Madrid again. It's
No,
that would
oh,
be annoying.
will be. It fucking will be.
Yeah.
I
So
just said Chelsea will turn around, but they won't, and it'll be Madrid, and I'll fucking cry.
yeah. So surely Chelsea's done here. And probably Benfica out as well. So Inter, a good contender. Inter just playing pretty good, even though they're not winning their league, but they beat Benfica now. They're doing good stuff. And then obviously, yeah, we seen the masterclass from Man City beating Bayern Munich 3-0, which is nice. But
That immense.
look, there's nothing. I think there's nothing stopping Bayern from doing a 3-0 at home.
Yeah.
It's they are. I think Bayern
Oh,
Munich.
man.
Bayern Munich is still
City aren't going to lose 3-0.
probably not, but for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure Bayern is still like rated as like the strongest team in Europe or some shit. I don't know who the fuck decides these ratings, but yeah. So
Chat GPT.
yeah. So either way, that anything could. I still wouldn't say that's over. Maybe they could score 3 goals and then it goes to penalty.
3 though. Come on.
Yeah, it's tough, but
3-0 as well.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We only have to wait a week, I think.
We can only wait and see. But
Mm.
Man City is. If you ask me now, Man City is done. Madrid is done. Inter is done. The other one is.
You want Milan to be done? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want Milan to win.
Well,
but
look, Napoli could easily score 2 goals at
but
home and win that. So
yeah, I want Milan to win, but that is not done. 1-0 is not done ever.
yeah. So
Unawesome.
yeah. See, so still very interesting. Obviously, you've got Erling Haaland scoring 7. They scored 7 goals against
Scored
Leipzig.
45 goals.
So in the champion,
Scored 40.
his Champions League record is unbelievable already. It's so fucked.
He scored 45 goals in all competition.
That's so insane. I can't believe that.
He's going to break every record there is.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's an unbelievable player. It's cool. It's cool. Well, everyone's saying he's like, well, he's the next Ronaldo, I suppose. Because
Ronaldo or Cristiano.
more like, oh, I suppose, yeah, both, I guess, but like, because more like
CR 79.
More like Cristiano, I would say, because he's kind of the same like build, same kind of eye for goal, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not, but obviously he's not like the same like technical kind of thing as like Messi or something like that. So it's just a different type of player, I suppose. But maybe we'll get another Messi soon too.
Come on.
Well, it's got to be just.
Done.
They appear just as the other one's about to be completely done. So he's off scoring goals and
FIFA.
Yeah, because obviously Cristiano now is off scoring goals in the Sand League. So it's. But yeah, so yeah, exciting times. This is a bit, yeah, like you said, best part of the season. We've got a lot of matches still to be played. Man U are still in every competition. We still, well, obviously it's only FA Cup, Europa League, and the league itself still going. So we have.
Can't be out of the league.
No, obviously, but but we still have FA Cup to play, and also Europa League. And I think who do we play tomorrow? We play another Sevilla. So our third Spanish team this time.
Right.
Which is actually great. We're like correcting all of our bad records against Spanish teams by like beating all of them. Like it's kind of cool. And so, yeah, again, Sevilla, tough team in the Europa League, but we'll see. Yeah. And wait, Arsenal's still in the Europa League, aren't they?
No.
I think they are.
Well, we'll check up on how the Europa League's rounding off, and then we'll fuck off.
Yeah, I only want to see who they're. Oh no, they're not. No, they're not. Okay, so quarterfinals as well. We got Feyenoord, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen, R Union SG. I don't know who that is.
I can barely see that. United, Sevilla.
Yeah, and then and then Juventus Sporting CP. So Juventus, I completely
Oh,
kind of forgot they existed. Like after losing 10 points.
are they?
Yeah, I know.
Um,
So yeah,
I,
still interesting.
I want Roma. Mourinho again, just to like keep going up the
Dude,
European leagues by
Mou-
winning them.
Mourinho Man U final would be ridiculous.
Oh
Oh
god,
no,
and he
like
and he just parks the bus, and then Chris Smalling header in the 88th minute.
yeah, yeah, like all of the old Man U players like return. I don't want. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So our Union SG plays in the Belgian league. But actually, but you're right. That would be cool. That would be really cool if Mourinho won Europa League now because he won the Conference League to get into Europa League, and then he'd win Europa League to get into the Champions League. That would be so cool.
And they've got to keep it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's been
We'll,
awesome for
and
Roma.
we'll get some mad quotes, and I'll love it.
Hmm. Okay, so I think that's about it. Anything else? Anything else before we
No,
wrap
I
it
just
up?
want to say it's been magnificent to be back in your presence.
Yes. No. Same to you. I'll be seeing you in person in a couple of weeks.
Goodness, I think we might even, if as long as I can keep on top of my stuff, have time for this next week.
Cool. Oh, that'd be mean. Yeah.
It
Well,
would be.
any time is fine because I'm like I'm not teaching at the moment. It's like term break, so I'm chilling, and I got heaps of time.
Lucky ducky.
So yeah, flexible. Yeah, but great. That was fun. So
Oh,
thanks for tuning into the Football Friends podcast. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. And we'll catch you next time. Cheers.
guys. Bye.